I have the singular honor to welcome you all here this morning, and I hope we have a fruitful 48 hours of a perfect retreat geared towards enhancing our growth and development. I'll take you through the program guide which I've shared with you, and we will look into today's presentation just as for today, and then it will fall into another one tomorrow, which we will also expectation, which will be a remark by the Managing Director of the Gambia Port Authority, and the first session will start. Within the 10 minutes that will be allocated to every department, we will monitor the timing so that we are on time with and technical department to do their presentation, each on 10 minutes given. And then we will have a second phase of the session, which is head of the same presentation. Estate and Civil Engineering Department will present. Stores to also present their work activities, and the break. Then right after the lunch break, we'll have the head of departments to respond or address any queries or concerns, followed by a presentation of the following board papers to the board. We will do at least 3 papers today by the Managing Director of Gambia Ports. So distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the media, allow me to invite forward the board chairman to do his official. Amen.
Chair, with your permission, I think before we start the session, looking at the professionalism around this table, I think it's a challenge that we will win when we cooperate and work as a team. Today in this room, we are a team. This is the management team, the board, versus our corporate plan, 2023-27. So what I ask, with your permission, everybody shake hand to the next person to you, say, please forgive me. Because we are only human, and we can have error, knowing and unknowing. Please shake hand to the next person, say, please forgive me. This is the corporate of unity. It's like a football team. 11, 11, 22. Aiming for one, a win. You score, you win. They score, they win. So that corporate unity among management, we can push the mountain. Lack of unity can create a lot of issues. It can even bring departmental conflict. And when there is departmental conflict, there is bound to be institutional conflict. And we are not looking for that. By looking at this table, professionalism, I believe when we work together as a team, we'll get our way forward. I thank you very much.
While they were shaking hand, Deputy Chair, I was also looking for someone to shake hand with. But you didn't count me in, so I did not officially shake hand. Thank you very much for a warm statement, guiding us to togetherness in achieving a sustainable goal as well together. We have 2 new people that did not introduce themselves, so can we allow for them to introduce themselves so we can move forward? Starting with Mr. Abdurrahman. Mr. Jallo.
I think in response, the new winkers were doing their bit. That's why you forgot everything. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me, first of all, thank you for coming to this retreat as requested by the board, which we feel very, very important and necessary to bring together the whole team. Now, I didn't foresee that my deputy was going to talk about team approach towards achieving whatever we want to achieve. But he must have read into my script about teamwork. So I thank you very much for setting the pace. Let me also take the opportunity to welcome in our midst our new Deputy Managing Director, Mr. Aruna John. Aruna, we are looking forward to your full participation in the development of the services of the GPA, and relief of some of the pressures of the MD to ensure that we have free flow of activities going through management and to the lower cadre of the team. So we look forward to your full participation. Let me say that this retreat, the first for the newly appointed board, provides us an opportunity to interact with the senior management of the authority, to get to know each other, where we are insofar as our work is concerned, and where we are heading as a team to achieve success. The board is appointed at a time when the authority is undergoing major transformation. First, in the governance environment, with the promulgation of the new instruments by government, such as the State-Owned Enterprise Act, Performance Contract, and the establishment of the State-Owned Enterprise Commission. Another important aspect is the PPP concession being conceived to attract the new needed investment to improve efficiency at the Banjul port and the development of the new deep sea port in Sanyang. Thus, the authority needs to ensure that its management policies and strategies are aligned with this new evolving dispensation. To this end, this retreat will consider the review of the 1972 Act to keep abreast of the changing circumstances since its promulgation 50 years ago. That was when I just graduated from high school, Gambia High School. So it definitely requires a lot of, look at. A new corporate strategy plan, 2024 to 2027, to replace the previous one from 2019 to 2023. Consideration with 2024 budget, annual procurement plan, and corporate plan. The retreat will also provide the forum for the board to consider the National Audit Report on the revenue leakage at the traffic department of the authority, and to take decisions towards the full and appropriate implementation of all the audit findings and recommendations. Other policy decisions will be equally made towards sustaining and improving performances and service delivery at the port, which management will be tasked to take responsibility. Here we hasten to emphasize collective responsibility, including all staff. It is our considered view that the department heads must trust and delegate responsibilities to their staff. Put a regular check on the assignments given to them and be able to hold them accountable to ensure timely delivery. The authority is the number one state-owned enterprise. Yet, since its inception. For decades, it has placed the Gambia in the forefront of regional trade, and we must fight to regain and maintain the glory. We will continue to encourage and invest in you, our staff. We trust in you to be the best, make the institution once again the place that every good product would want to work. There was a time when every product in this country that graduated from university wanted to work for the GPA. I see no reason why we cannot make GPA what it used to be. I'm not saying that it is not, but it can be better than what it is. You have a managing director who knows too well what it takes to make the authority's engine tick. I urge, and I emphasize, I urge all of you, on behalf of the board, that you rally behind him as one strong team, supported by the board, and we promise that we will do that, to perform beyond expectation. We are encouraged that you will live up to a billing to meet all targets as set out in the performance contract. We have all the confidence in you that you will do the needful and the utmost. Now, when I was appointed as as chairman of the Board of Directors, I didn't have any fear of coming here. I have confidence that I was stepping into an authority, an institution that has a reputation. That reputation must be kept. And it is you who are the faces of that reputation. Government is embarking on a lot, and a lot is placed on the head of the authority. A lot is placed on you. And I'm optimistic that you will respond accordingly. Performance contracts are supposed to gauge and judge your competence, what you can do as a difference to make sure that you tick all the boxes that have been laid out. And I don't have my doubts that you will do. Thank you for listening. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the retreat and our deliberations. Thank you very much.
I will introduce for the Managing Director of Gambia Port Authority of the retreat, Mr. Usman Jobate.
And board members, colleagues, and the media fraternity. It's my singular honor to welcome everybody to this important retreat, which, as the MC had said, is for stock taking, and also to chart the way forward for 2024 and beyond. The importance of the Gambia Ports Authority in macroeconomic development needs not to be emphasized because we are all together in it. But one major challenge we have that we would like the board to engage government is the cargo diversion to neighboring ports, which is really affecting the business at the port. That's one major challenge that we're facing right now. As colleagues, what I would urge is this retreat allows us to bond further, because we've been bonding all along. As a good part of the day we spend together, more than even our own biological dependence. So what it calls for is to harness our diversity and to also allow our misgivings, because we are human, and talk to each other with honesty and truthfulness. We have our challenges. We have our own misgivings, as I said. But if we harness our diversity, we'll have a good product. It's a small port and easy to develop. But the legacy that we want to leave behind should be our main motivation. So with that, I say, I welcome everybody and expect that by the time we go out of the retreat, some of the challenges as far as the policy issues are concerned, the board would assist the management in putting those in place. And then when we go back to our offices, as the chairman said, we'll make sure we deliver. And most times what I would urge staff to do is to take the initiative rather than pass the buck. If we take the initiative, we will solve problems, and it will also cascade down. Because training is by mentorship. The first place of training is the office. Make sure you work diligently so that the staff that are below would also copy from you and ensure that we deliver the product that is expected. Our main shareholder is the Gambian public, and all our activities should translate to impact their lives in a positive way. So with that, I expect that we will be able to come out of the retreat with some good statements that will translate into positive activity as we move along the journey. Thank you.
Now officially we can kickstart the presentations from the various departments. That was the opening segment. The media will want to collect your phones, of course.